What's going on, guys? Back here with another daily video. Today we have a pretty light day, so I'm going to be kind of taking you through my day, showing you exactly what we do on days like this, try and get in some more transfer orders, some more orders in general. But anyways, right now time is 12:43. I have the heat press right now coming up to temperature. I am going to use these transfers here to go ahead and start filming a few different TikTok videos that I can use to go ahead and post to my page. And I already have all of the ideas that I want to, so I'm going to do 3 different videos, and I have the ideas planned for each different video. So I just got to wait for that heat press to come up to temperature, and then I can actually start filming them and getting them posted. I also need to make sure that I get the TikToks reposted to Instagram and YouTube Shorts so that I can kind of reuse that same content across multiple different platforms. Maybe a follower who follows me on YouTube doesn't necessarily follow me on TikTok, so this is a way to make sure that they can see the content that we're getting out. So that's what we got going on right now. As you guys can see, the DTF printers currently are not running. We're going to start them up a little bit later today. We just have like 1 or 2 orders that need to be printed. So we should be able to easily get that done a little later today, and then hopefully we can have some more orders come in before our 4:30 cutoff, and we'll get those printed as well. But right now, like I said, we're just waiting on that heat press to come up to temperature so that we can film these TikToks. If you guys are new here, my name is Alex. I am the owner of AMS Transfers. We're a custom screen print and DTF transfer supplier located in Houston, Texas. We've been in business since 2020, and on this channel, I primarily focus on creating content related to heat transfers, DTF transfers, screen print transfers, basically all things heat transfers I try and cover on this channel. So if any of those sound interesting to you, are really striking your fancy, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below if you aren't already. And again, check out all of my different videos. I have been daily vlogging my journey on this business for about almost 2 years now. So there's a whole backlog of content that you guys can go check out to learn more about my business, how we got started, and where we came from. All right, guys, while I am still waiting for that heat press to come up to temperature, I'm just gonna get my t-shirts ready so that I can just throw them on to the heat press once it is done. It's at 303 right now, so just a little bit longer for it to come up to 325. But a couple of people have been asking, especially on my TikTok lives, what is the best way to actually go about acquiring customers for your t-shirt business? And that's basically the entire reason why we do what we do here through these TikToks, kind of even through the YouTube channel, though not really through the YouTube channel. But it's all under the umbrella of content marketing, which is the primary means that we use to actually drum up sales and market our business, is all through content marketing. And content marketing is a very broad term that can encompass a whole bunch of different things. So it can basically be any form of content that people will read or consume about you, about your service, about your business, whatever it is. So that can be everything, but not limited to TikToks, Instagram Reels, Facebook posts, forum posts, blog posts, ebooks, just basically any sort of content, getting your content in front of people's eyeballs. That is in a way of itself content marketing. So we have used content marketing in our business primarily for our lead generation, marketing, and sales for, I would say, basically the entirety of our business. We dabbled a little bit in Google and Facebook ads for actually drumming up the main sales to our business when we were first getting started. However, there we kind of ran into a couple of different roadblocks and weren't having the most success with that, which is kind of what led us down the path of content marketing and search engine optimization. So search engine optimization, I'm kind of a little bit torn on whether I would like to include that in content marketing of itself. It is a form of it, I would say, and especially the things like blog posts, ebooks, and other things that you post on your website for people to consume is definitely helpful towards SEO. I'm just not really sure whether I want to say that it is a part of content marketing. I think you can make that argument. It's just a little bit of a gray area in my opinion. So SEO and content marketing are the 2 levers that we really pull hard on in our business to drive our growth, to drive our sales and our marketing. And as you guys can see, we use content marketing in a whole wide variety of different ways for our business. We use TikTok, we use Instagram Reels, we do use YouTube, we use YouTube Shorts, we post blog posts, email marketing, ebooks, all of the things that we try and do for our business. There are obviously things that we could do better, we could do more of, but all of these things kind of lump into what we call content marketing. And the whole reason why we do these things, why we spend so much of our time thinking about it, planning it, actually executing whatever it is all just to actually, it's our marketing and sales. So we're just doing it to market and drive sales to our business. And that is primarily the way that I would recommend other people to do the same. If they have a t-shirt business and they're just looking to drum up some sales, get additional brand awareness out there for your company, for your brand, whatever it is, content marketing is a really effective solution. And that's what I told the person on TikTok who asked that question in my live, to just do basically what I'm doing. Even TikTok lives are a great mechanism and way to do content marketing, doing live streams on whatever platform it is. These can all be encompassed into content marketing. The main things that are kind of things that you need to know about content marketing is that it is not a short game. So if you are looking to bring in some quick sales, some quick money to bring to your bottom line in your business, content marketing, unfortunately, is just not going to be that. It is not a quick game. It's not something that you can see the results of overnight, and it's not even something that you can see the results of within like a month. Content marketing is something that you just have to do consistently for a long time before you will ever actually see the fruits of your labor. But once, it's kind of like a train. So once you actually get it started running and it's actually going down the track at speed, it's very hard to stop. So it builds up a ton of momentum, a ton of just basically people and traffic going to whatever you're doing for your content marketing. And even if you, for example, stop publishing, if that train is already going at speed, you still will have a long time of that train continuing to feed you dividends, continuing to pump out the fruits of your labor and whatnot. So it's definitely something that pays out in the long term. But if you're looking for short-term rewards, short-term gains in your marketing or sales, unfortunately, content marketing is just not it. It's a long-term play, and it is something that is going to take time to actually get started working for you. And it's going to take time for you to even figure out what does work for you. So I guess the advice that I would say in regards to that is the sooner you start, the sooner you will figure that out, and the sooner your freight train will be going down the rails at speed. So I just wanted to make sure that I get that out there. This is not something for people who are looking for short-term gains, anything like that. It is definitely a long-term play. And that kind of can be a downside. I mean, speaking from my experience, this year hasn't been the greatest year in terms of sales so far. So when Michaela and I were talking about what we were going to do, what kind of growth initiatives that we were going to really focus on for this year, content marketing was obviously very high up on that list. However, Michaela would come to me and be like, okay, so what are we going to do about right now? Because she had heard what I had told her, that content marketing is a short-term, or I'm sorry, content marketing is a long-term game, not a short-term. So for those of you who, I know how it is, when you are running your business, you're so focused on actually just running the business, providing good service to your customers, that kind of a thing, that when the sales actually start to trend lower, you probably aren't realizing until it's actually too late and your sales have very, very significantly at least declined. So content marketing, if you are in that boat, you are trying to just get your sales back up to the normal levels, content marketing is probably not going to be the best solution for you to actually achieve that goal of yours, to try and get your sales back to where they were. However, if you're just looking to try and take your sales to the next level, you're looking to grow your business in ways that you haven't otherwise previously been able to do, content marketing can be a great way to actually start doing that. And again, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. You're going to have to work towards it. You're going to have to try and figure out what works, what is working, what's not working, do more of what is working and do less of what isn't. But the only way to really figure all of that stuff out is to just start posting stuff, just try and get your content out there in front of people and see what their reaction is to it. Heat press is up to temperature. I'm going to get those t-shirts printed and do my TikToks, film those, edit them up and get them posted. I'm only going to post one right now and then I'll draft the other two, post those a little bit later in the day. So I'm going to go ahead and record those, get the t-shirts printed, and I got to do a voiceover for 2 of them, so I'll get all that done and then I'll come check in back. All right, 2:17, got those 3 TikToks done, got them all downloaded without the watermark. A little tip for you guys: if you want to download your TikToks to repost them to other platforms, I use this app called SnapTik. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys, but you just put in the TikTok URL and then you can download your video without the little TikTok watermark on the side. So that's what we use so that we can repost all of our content to different platforms like Instagram and YouTube without the actual TikTok watermark on there. Some people like to say that like Instagram or YouTube can detect that watermark, and if it does show it, they'll lower the engagement that that specific post has. I don't know if any of that is true or not. It's just one of the rumors that people have when they talk about the whole black box that is the social media algorithms. But anyways, I got all of those posted. Well, not posted. I got them into my drafts folder for TikTok. And then on Instagram, if you have a business page, you can use the Meta Business Suite, they call it, and log into that with your accounts and go ahead and schedule your posts on Facebook and Instagram. So I did that. I'm not gonna have to worry about those for the rest of the day. I have them already scheduled for me, so they'll post at the scheduled time. But for the TikTok drafts that I have, I am going to have to log into the app and get those posted at the desired time because I did not schedule them. TikTok does have a way for you to schedule your posts on there. Again, you have to be a business account, and you can do it on the website online. Fortunately, I don't know why, but there isn't a way to do it in the app. So you have to go online to like, I don't know what TikTok calls it, but basically to manage your business, as if you're like buying ads or something on TikTok like that, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But they were really good. If you guys want to check them out, make sure you go check out my social medias at ChooseAMS on everything: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. You can check out the post that I just posted today. Trying to really refine our marketing message to try and post more content that is going to reach our customers, rather than kind of the audience that I have here on this YouTube channel, where it's more DTF business owners, heat transfer business owners, the actual like kind of like not the end user of the DTF transfers, I want to say. So just trying to really refine our marketing message so that we're pushing more content towards those type of people. And yeah, everything has been going really well today. Michaela has just been dealing with some more stuff with the tax man. It's that time of the year. All this stuff always comes to a head around now. And she's just working on getting those done and posting some TikToks for WW transfers. Right now, I'm supposed to be working on a screen printing order. I'm going to have to check in on that and see what is the status. And then we will check back in with you guys in a little bit later. All right, so just looked on Etsy, got everything figured out for that order. I just sent the file to get printed on the transparency printer. So right now, I just got to come over here and, sorry if that was a little shaky, grab one of these transparency films and load it up into the printer. I wish I could just put this whole stack of transparencies in the hopper for the printer, but for some reason, the way that these transparencies are coated, is kind of like, I don't want to say sticky, but it's just like if you run your finger over it, it will get like stuck. So it's unfortunate, but I can't load more than one piece of film into the hopper at a time. Otherwise it might print like, or might grab 2 copies and then print those, and then it might like lose track of the 2 during the print, and then like I don't know, it's just a big thing. Just easier to do it this way, honestly. So I'm going to let that guy print out. Should be done in a few minutes, and then we will burn the screen. I also want to burn another screen for one of the, so it's kind of hard to explain, but I want to also do an ebook on basically the durability of all heat transfers. So I want to test the durability of sublimation, DTF transfers, screen printing direct, screen print transfers. I was even going to do like the white toner transfer papers. If you guys have ever heard about those, you know, the ones that you use an eye color to print. I ordered one. I ordered one off of Etsy, but I made a big mistake, and before actually realizing I already placed the order, and then like probably 4 or 5 days had passed, and I hadn't even got a shipping confirmation email. So I went to go look at my order, and when I did, I checked the store that I bought it from, and it turns out I was that person's first sale. So yeah, not the most encouraging. Unfortunately, I don't even know what happened, man, but I ordered it. 5 days passed, I went to go do that, what I just said, and then like another 2 days passed, and I still haven't heard anything. So I opened a help request on Etsy, and that basically like triggers something on Etsy's back end where once you open a help request, if your problem hasn't been resolved within 48 hours, you can then open a case with Etsy. So I did that. 48 hours went past, and I never heard from the seller. So I opened a case with Etsy, and then Etsy automatically sided in my favor and refunded me and canceled the order. I still haven't heard from that business owner. Like, what happened to that thing, man? I don't even know. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to try white toner transfers, but we're going to be running through the entire gamut. So I want to go ahead and get the transparency for the screen print transfer and the screen printing direct printed so that I can also go ahead and burn a screen for that, and we can get these t-shirts printed, because this is going to be quite the amount of work to actually finish everything up. We have to print the t-shirts, and then we actually have to run the durability testing. And I've really been trying to think of how I want to do this, because washing a garment like 50 or more times, one, that doesn't seem like the best use of water or electricity, and two, that's going to take a long time. Each like wash and dry cycle is what, like 3 hours minimum? So it's going to take some time. I really haven't figured out a good solution other than to brute force it and just like wash the garments 50 plus different times, wash and dry. So that's what we're going to do. After each wash and dry cycle, I'm going to go ahead and lay out the t-shirt, take a picture of each different transfer, and we'll just kind of be building up our data and our data set for all of these different heat transfer types, and finally get to the bottom and answer the question once and for all, what is actually the most durable heat transfer? So that's coming up. I got to get started on that. Like I said, it's going to take some time. There's a lot of work involved with this ebook, so don't hold your breath for it anytime soon. It probably is going to take me at least like 1 to 2 months to get this guy wrapped up. And then I can start processing all of the data that I've collected and actually writing the ebook. So it's going to take some time, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on it today. That transparency is wrapping up, so I'm going to go ahead and queue up the next one, and then we'll start burning that screen. I think at the beginning of this video, I said that today was going to be an easy, relaxed day, but it's not turning out to be that. All right, guys, got that transparency. Unfortunately, I'm really not happy with how this turned out. There were a couple things at play here. One, the customer's artwork file was really low quality and just not up to par for screen print transfers. So what was really happening here, it's really hard to make out. All right, there you go. I think you could tell now. But there's like basically tread marks in the wheel. And because the customer's artwork was such low quality, there were essentially gray pixels within this part right here. And our printer only prints black ink to make these transparencies. So when it sees a gray pixel, it just prints it black. And that's what happened here. As you can see, again, let me try and get it to focus. But it just filled those treads in, and it's also happening here with the Ford logo. So there's one of two things we could do in this situation. We could email the customer and ask them to provide us with a new artwork file. Typically that would take like probably another day to print and ship the package while we wait for them to respond. So what we ended up just doing, it's already been a couple days since the customer has placed their order. We just went ahead and vectorized it for them and put it through Vector Magic, which is a software that we use, and it quickly and easily vectorizes artwork files. So I ran it through there. Everything turned out basically exactly how I think the customer is going to want it. So I just sent over a quick proof of that to the customer just to get their thumbs up on it. So when they get their transfers, they don't they're not getting something that they don't expect. So just gonna wait to hear back from that customer, and then if everything is all good, we'll go ahead and print that and get it sent out for them. But just one of those things that, I mean, I wouldn't be happy getting my prints like that, so I wouldn't want to send prints that I myself wouldn't be happy with, you know. Try and do right by the customer however we can, and this is just one of those things where I just don't feel good about moving forward as is. So we'll see what they say. If they're happy with it, we can maybe still get this printed today, but anyways, I just wanted to make sure we just try and do right by the customer always, right? I also did kind of want to mention this. So these are the designs that we are going to be using as the test for the durability. I wanted to make it as scientific as I possibly could. So I have these, I don't really know exactly what to call them. They're kind of like calibration tests for printers. So I printed one of these, and it has varying densities of black dots. And I figured these would be a really good way for us to tell how long fine detail can last on a given heat transfer type. So for example, maybe, I'm not saying this is true, but screen printing direct, the fine detail doesn't last as long as the wash as sublimation, for example. Again, these are all just examples. That would be a great way for us to actually definitively scientifically test and prove that with those calibration tests on the transfer or the print itself. So I'm hoping that we can do this right this time, as scientific and repeatable as we possibly can. A couple of you guys have commented on my last testing t-shirt series that you would really like it if you could have just like a spreadsheet or one central information source where you could go to and look at all this information, rather than I know having to watch probably like an hour's worth of videos. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing along with this ebook, and I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. I know that I've been looking to figure out an answer to this once and for all for a long time, so I hope you guys are also interested. All right, it's been a little bit of time. I got that approval from the customer, so I went ahead and started printing the transparency. I'll show you guys the before and after so you can see how much of a difference actually vectorizing makes. But yeah, we're back on track, guys. So we're gonna get that guy printed. We'll print the transparency, then we'll burn the screen, get it printed, and we will also burn the screen for the heat transfer test that I was showing you guys a little bit earlier. All right, guys, 341. The screen that I was talking about for that customer is all dried and ready to go. We're gonna get that loaded up on the press in just a second here. But while I was working on the computer, we had an order come in for DTF transfers. So we are getting those loaded up. Well, we already got them loaded up, and we were just getting them printed. It's 45 black, and it's an 18-inch long design, and 45 white. So we got both of the DTF printers running this job. Shouldn't take too long. DTF printer number 1 is at 7%, and number 2 is at 6.5%. So I think we'll be all right. Should be able to get those guys printed while we are knocking out the screen print order. But talking about the screen print order, I got the screen right here. I got to go ahead and get this guy loaded up on the auto. We still have an order up on the machine from the last time that we printed, so I got to tear this down, get all of that excess ink off of the screen, and then we can get started loading it up. So let's not waste any more time. Turn on the dryer so we can start getting this guy up to temperature and get printing these guys. All right, guys, 4:44 right now. We finished up those screen print transfers. Michaela is just getting them cut out, and I am working on getting the DTF transfers that we are printing cut out as well. That's one of the things that is nice about ordering from us, is that if you don't order a gang sheet, we will actually go ahead and cut out the transfers for you, so all you have is the transfers. You don't come in a roll and then you have to cut them out yourself and Cutting them out takes time. So just another benefit, but yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. That's a really nice thing also that we switched to doing it this way, so we could just like cut the film down there and then grab it and start cutting them out as the print is still running like I'm doing right now. So I cut the black, the white is still in the box, so I gotta cut that after I finish up the black. Michaela might hop in and give me a hand because she'll probably finish just about on time with the screen print transfers as I finish the black. So we'll see what happens. But we gotta get all of these cut up, and then we gotta package up the orders and get them dropped off to UPS. Like I said, it's like 4:45 right now. So the cutoff window is officially closed. But yeah, let's get these guys finished up here, pack them up, cut them up, pack them up. All right, guys, 6:13, just finished cutting up the last of those DTF transfers. Michaela is getting them boxed up in the background there. Oh man, it was a day. I know at the beginning of this vlog I said today was gonna be a pretty light, easy day, but it turned out to be everything but that. I'm not gonna complain though. It was a good, solid day of work. Happy that we got these orders out, and yeah, I'm gonna get these guys dropped off to the UPS store, stop lollygagging. The last pickup is at 6:30, so we're really cutting it close. Just making sure everything is all turned off. I hear something, and I think it's the ventilation for the DTF printer. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.